Voodoo, 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 voodoo. All right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead. So a lot of great things going on in Torah Ark land. So God said at a certain point, because God had me go in another direction. I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with what I just purchased yesterday to make that thicker Torah Ark onlay out of oak? And God said, that's a mezuzah. He said, you're going to affix that to the side of the cabinet. And that's going to be your mezuzah when you walk in the door. You'll have a focus, and you'll focus on that. And I purchased a couple scrolls. Amazon sending some mezuzah scrolls my way. So again, there is loss, and all of the loss is charged to you all in your accounts. However, God and I were sitting here earlier, and God's like, remember that Lumina you wanted to buy, the Lumina van? He goes, it's much better, isn't it? So you got a van. It just took a while. Years ago, with my family, I was looking at Lumina vans. But I'm supposed to be in something much grander. But that's okay. It's the way the earth has been structured. And Jesus did it on purpose, I think. Well, again, Satan operated to make things go backwards. So, and upside down. So what's happening is they don't pay the workman his wages. And if you worry about money, then you're not in line with Jesus at all. Well, it's not true. I mean, you have to do it within reason. However, you're not paid your wages, so there's an adjustment. So the scam is, and it's been a scam every cycle of spiritual leader that's arrived on the planet, that they say it's first off the follow-up people change it. Then they say nobody else can ever bring anything different. Churches do the same thing. They say, "Lo, Jesus here, but not over there," that kind of thing. And then they say you have to, if you're not there with them, then you're not with Jesus, that kind of thing. However, we got to the point where all of the things that Jesus spoke about was fiddled with on earth. So again, this is not the Father's kingdom. So everything Jesus did was shifted by ownership of evil people. George Washington said that political parties would own essentially elections and then destroy the reigns that uplifted them. And of course they did. So if these people pretend they're big patriots and all that, it's false. They did exactly what George Washington didn't want to happen. Now, if you're an African American or person of color and you don't kind of forgive George Washington, that's okay. But he did free his slaves at the end of his life, or at the end of Martha's life. All slaves were freed at the end of Martha's life. There's a lot of divine providence. I don't know if you weren't a famous slave, being, the abolitionists would work some things and some people would be freed. I don't think you would last free very long. I mean, it's like the cop that pulls you over and harasses you. Back then, they just take you slave all over again. I'm not lying. That's the seer representation. They said he wasn't a bad boss. He treated everybody equally, and the people that were his employees were treated the same as the people that were the slaves, and the slaves were treated the same way. So again, slavery is not a good thing, but again, if you see some people of color that raised to power, if they were allowed to take slaves, they would. Believe me. So again, we're not seeing uh, the total picture when politics and all that come in there. Uh, people in Africa took slaves, and then they got taken slaves. Again, you see that mechanism, but yet not everybody that's taken slave is that type of person. We see the same thing with people from Spain, the early Latinos taking Native American slaves. So again, it's not a color thing. It never was, never will be. I don't even accept that we had to change colors on this planet. I think it's just a scam. Like the way we developed. Again, this is not the Father's kingdom, so that means while people are developing different colors and things like that, Satan is afoot using that for discrimination and other such nefarious activity. Boy, I love this microphone. I don't know if it sounds all that well, but it's a great mic. I don't know why it wasn't working for a little while. May have been hacked.